Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first Shirobako OVA. So, I don't know a lot about this. I have assumed that it covers the anime that they were creating, Exodus. I think this is going to be a one-episode encapsulation of the entire Exodus series that they made. That's my assumption based on things like the cover art for the entry for MyAnimeLIst of this, as well as the fact that Exodus is also, listed on the page. So that's kind of the conclusion I've come to, also showing Exodus characters as well. There's a lot of reasons why I think that. So if that is the case, that's going to be really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to this. It obviously doesn't have as high of a score as the main Shirobako series does, but I guess that's to be expected. I'm still excited for it nonetheless, so let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Starting with singing. Our three main girls. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot they were idols, actually. I shouldn't have. That's a very important detail. But yes, so far it's an amazing anime, so no doubt that it does extremely well. Although I don't see much of an audience watching this. uh, yeah, there's not much of an audience. That's a bit sad. She's cute though. It's a nice song though. I don't see what their problem is. But yeah, I know it's 3D animation, but I honestly barely look like 3D models. Like if they were standing still, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. I'm sure they're listening just, low-key, subtly. Don't worry, I'll cheer for you. I'll be your #1 and only fan. Yes, I will. No doubt about that now. Yes, what is it? I'd say you're more amazing in here than out there, but you were alright. Yeah, totally. I think I can already see why it's a low score on MyAnimeLIst. Do you have fans? I'm not super confident right now. Yeah, what's up? uh, oh, well, gotta start out small, I guess. Yeah, always follow your dreams. Uh, oh, she is wearing panties. I thought she was wearing nothing down below. That's fine, I guess. I never heard of a kappa existing at all, but I guess, and that is one of the best made costumes I've seen in a while. I'll be honest. I feel this is the problem. It's hiding the important parts, don't worry. Well, when you're dressed like that, I guess you have to defend yourself. uh, don't knock Chunibyo. Yeah, there's nothing to apologize here. Why? Because you're red? Red is always a leader. Of course not. Ginger. Ah, yeah, yeah. Almost double digits, right? Oh, wow, triple digits. That's pretty good. Tweeter, as opposed to Twitter. Oh. Well, that sucks. Oh, wow, that is impressive. Hashtag steals Ginger's audience. I can't really be depressed when I look at those wonderful outfits and the girls inside them. Spend forward a little bit more. Just add an extra Y to Skype. Is that the One? What is this? Charlie's Angels all of a sudden? Just playing behind her. They're not bad. Not bad. I've seen better, of course, but definitely not bad. You know, considering their current following. High five. It's so Skype. Good luck, girls. Beep. Nationwide concert tour. It's the spinning top from the opening that we see like in the car, I think. Still hanging out in that bathroom. Yes, I'm just waiting for a chance to just burst out of that thing. Well, when you put it like that. Just shove it in her mouth. Probably not the manju she wants to taste right now. Is that supposed to be referencing you guys? I'm sure things will work out. You are the main characters after all. So basically just need people to show up at the performance and they'll love it and they'll be fans forever. That is the most crucial ingredient. Don't choke. Yeah, here, have a drink. Girls have to practice swallowing after all. Okay. Be careful with that thing. If you cut a single string on your outfit, it'll all just come tumbling down. About to say, you're kind of already there. That kind of is pretty cute, though. It's a bit sad having a picnic in a bathroom stall, but, you know, I would join them. Really? I thought it was pretty great. I would love for that to continue. That could have been the entire episode right there. Just hanging out in that stall. In those outfits. Janitor! I doubt it. I'm sure. You're not useless. You might have some useless fat up top, but you yourself aren't useless. The leader can't leave. Well, then the toilet's right there. Go sit on it. I'm sure I won't stare too much. I mean, I might, but just keep trying. You'll find some excuse that works. It'd be funny if they came back and she actually was finally using the toilet. I don't trust this lady. I actually saw him earlier. I think he was on the phone. What a coincidence. I don't think that's it. Oh, oh, well, there she is. Go after her. Little does she know that she actually wants to woo Akane. So she seems very lost. A bit ominous. Akane, where are you? You come back with those drinks yet? Dude, you just cut one of those strings. I swear they'll just pop out of there. It's a red phone, so clearly it belongs to Akane. I see a foot, a leg, a body, possibly a corpse. Oh wow, I was half joking. He's actually bleeding a lot. That really took a dark turn, wow. Am I watching Madoka? Uh, Akane, you didn't do this, did you? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That would explain why she was running around and panicking, I guess, if she just murdered someone, but, I don't think it was her, though. Oh. That was... It's really considering him to write both in English and in Japanese, hiragana. Just in case a foreigner came by, you know. Yeah, I figured. You probably shouldn't be holding the murder weapon like that, Alpine. You know, no, your fingerprints are all over it. I'm not getting mine over it. No, just the handle, you know. And then Akane walks in on this. She's not gonna think they did it, is she? I mean, it does look pretty bad. This is one big misunderstanding all around. Everyone thinks everybody else did it. That is so ridiculous. And then he... This is why you don't stand around a murder scene for too long. That's probably her, honestly. There was so much misunderstandings going on in that room, I could barely keep track of it. Alpine thinking it was Akane, Akane... I thinking it was Alpine, Akane thinking it was Aya. Yeah. I think it'd be a bad idea to just, you know, run away. Of course, Alpine's the only one that has her fingerprints on the knife that I know of, so... You would know better than I would. Maho? Well, that would make sense because he's also on the floor. Just answer it. It is, actually. Well, the original owner of the phone's kind of... dead. Well, I think that's pretty obvious. Well, we have some suspects, each other, but... Yep. At least Aya's smart enough to leave fingerprints on it. Don't wave a bloody knife around. Wait, is this why the police were after them at the end of the last episode? Yeah, I could have told you that. Hey, they escaped the old-fashioned way. A bit overkill. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is Japan. We're kind of less violent here. What is this girl? I can already tell she's a difficult employee to deal with. Yeah, we could use some amusement right about now. uh, that's funny though. And you do kind of stand out in those costumes, even if you are there. The struggling out of group murder. Wow, I still don't trust you. You're my prime suspect. But yeah, I would watch this anime if it was legit anime. Like, no questions about it. Wow. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Doesn't everyone? Well, I think that's where you guys were in the final episode. I'm not positive, but it's a safe assumption. Indeed. Tracy is all three of us, after all. Yes, right now we have to do something about being suspected murderers. You continue to run from law enforcement. One she'll know what to do. That's a bad idea. Wow, that went up a lot from whatever it was before. That is definitely a big improvement. A little bit of controversy can really help. Penny shot get. I found the murderer idols. Uh, yeah, Tracy, they'll trace you. Oh, yes, that's the vehicle. I think that's the vehicle with the explosions. That's what she said. I had to do it. She set me up too good for that. Oh, okay. I think I like the outfit. Yeah, how old are you, Alpine? That is not an answer. There's not even close to an answer. Ah, but yeah, let's get rolling. Oh, I first thought she was just falling off of it, but okay, I gotcha. Exodus now. Indeed. Title drop. This is our Exodus. That's how you make an entrance, or an exit. Yes, I was hoping it landed on the multiple police cars, actually. That's how you escape a police blockade. Oh no, the helicopter might be a bit trickier. But yeah, by this point it's a bit difficult to turn themselves in. Yeah, who knows what those crazy idols will do next. This is how you become popular as an idol. Take notes, all of you amateur idols out there. It's a bit of a risky strategy, but it does pay off. Once you get out of jail, you'll be extremely popular. Ah! I was about to say, the guy's a brave man to just stand there like that. But you were great at that. 44 Magnum pistol. Rainbow Bridge. That's a nice looking helicopter. I kind of want it. That's a cool bridge, though. She's enjoying this far too much. Gotta live stream it, of course. Eventually. But yeah, I assume this is all supposed to be episode 1 of Exodus. It's interesting, I thought maybe it was a final episode, but I don't know, it could be either one, really. But I'm leaning towards first episode. What's the point of standing in their way if you're just gonna move out of the way? I do like that girl. She's fun. Nice. Oh, that is extremely dangerous. But I guess it worked out. Well, you almost nailed it. Do they look that different? I mean, they do look a little bit different, but nothing that would be like, who are you? That was very silly. So this is what you look like without makeup on. Oh. When I heard that sound effect, I thought it was like breaking underneath them. Why is that a thing he does? Get wrecked. They'll never recognize us without makeup anyways, fine. No, it's just some random girls with similar hair color and stuff. It's not them. Oh no, she did recognize us. Oh wow. That sure would have been nice to watch in the full anime version. But no, I guess that's it for it. At least we got to see one episode of it. I demand more episodes. Yeah, I don't get why this has a MyAnimeLIst score below 7. That's ridiculous. This was amazing. Like half the episode, they were just wearing those skimpy man uniforms. That alone was great. But this song, definitely the worst thing about watching an episode of a fictional anime is not being able to watch the rest of it. Because that sounds like it could be a lot of fun following their adventure until they eventually come back and perform at this on stage back in Tokyo. I'm legitimately upset I don't get to see all that. So that was the first episode of Exodus, pretty much, and it was amazing. I liked it a lot. I had high hopes for it, and I was not disappointed. So we started out with our three girls, Tracy, doing an idol performance on a stage with pretty much nobody watching, which is kind of to be expected. Usually with these kind of idol shows, you start out with being very unpopular, not having very many viewers or fans or followers, whatever you want to call them, at all. And then over time, you get more and more successful as you do your best, try hard, and work together. The power of friendship and Yuri-ish love and all that with the other idol members. And yeah, eventually you do get that, or in this case, you become popular by being suspected of murder and being on the run, because that definitely got very quick results. Of course, the idol performance was 3D animated, and no surprise there. However, one thing I don't think I mentioned, but I got an odd amount of enjoyment out of, was during the performance, you had a little girl tugging on her mother's arm sleeve to get her to get her something or something. I don't know, I just love the animation of that, just... I don't know, the look on the mother's face, and she almost looked like she was kind of nodding her head to the music. It almost looked like that. It just, I don't know, something about that. I got a weird amount of enjoyment out of that. I kind of replayed that a couple of times because it was just, I don't know, it was oddly satisfying. Now, the song they were singing in the performance, I think they were intentionally going for a bit of a, a parallel between the song and what they actually had to do in the episode, because it was talking about, returning and singing, dancing, and fleeing, and all that stuff. So I do think they were kind of singing about foreshadowing future events, I guess is the proper way to put it. So that was interesting and nice to touch as well. I do feel a bit silly now because very early on in the episode, like right after the performance, I actually straight up said on screen what episode of Exodus it was. It said, Episode 1, Escape Tokyo, so... I was a bit silly for thinking it might have been the final episode for as long as I did, because it straight up said episode 1. Apparently I just missed that part up there, which is understandable. I was still thinking about the idol performance I just watched, so that was still very much in my head. But anyway, that was something that should have been obvious to me. Anyway, after all that, we were treated to a nice little changing scene. Of course, we quickly realized how, unpopular these girls are, how they're not, haven't exactly made it big yet. They're changing in a bathroom stall into these maid costumes and selling food samples and for a store and pretty much all that good stuff. So it was still a great changing scene nonetheless. We had some very high quality shots. Alpine definitely has a lot going on upstairs, although Akane's size is a bit more my preference personally. Then you have Ai, who I think is even smaller than Akane. But yeah, the changing scene itself was nice, but also the maid uniforms they were given were very, very high quality. Some of the best, quite possibly the best maid uniforms I've ever seen in any anime. They were that great. We also found out that Akane's grandfather is apparently a kappa. That would kind of imply that Akane is at least part kappa, and I don't personally see that in her at all. Maybe if she had green hair, I could buy that story, but because she has such lovely red hair, I'm willing to bet that her grandfather's just full of it and he's not a kappa at all. Now, Akane made a comment about how those outfits were very Chunibyo-ish, but, I think anybody would enjoy wearing such amazing outfits. I don't think it's exclusive to the middle schools or anything. I think it's pretty cool. I did quite like Aya's comeback of life itself as Chunibyo. I honestly could not think of a better reply, really. That was very well put, very deep, very poetic. After that, the girls started to talk about their, their popularity or lack thereof, and compared to Ginger and stuff like that. And eventually, they got a call from Monet-san, and that scene, it just the way she just appears on screen and her chair spins around, and the girls are all like saying hi and bowing and all that. It reminded me so much of Charlie's Angels that I feel like it might have been intentional. Just hey girls, hey Charlie, that sort of thing. It it really did remind me of that a lot. But yeah, their manager was clearly up to no good. He was on the phone and talking about that stuff, and I made jokes about that one janitor lady being the murderer, but I think I'm more realistically leaning towards the guy with the mask and the spinning finger top as being the one who actually did it. I think that's a bit more likely, personally. Now, the girls having what is essentially a picnic in the bathroom stall was funny, it was cute, and it was a little bit sad and depressing, but it was a very enjoyable scene overall, I would say. Especially because Akane, she decides to leave, and her excuse was, oh, I have to go to the little girl's room, and she's like, oh, well, we're kind of already there. And she's like, oh, right, that's true. Now, from there, she made, a different excuse so she could leave. However, what I think would have been a better way for this scene to go was for her to double down and be like, okay, I already said I needed to go to the bathroom, I can't back down now, and then just walks up to the toilet that they're all eating around and just uses the bathroom right then and there, you know, pees in it as all of them just kind of watch and continue to enjoy their snacks. I personally think that would have been a better direction for that scene to go into, but unfortunately I'm not the writer, so that's not what we did. But basically the scene causes some of the other girls to worry about what exactly is on Akane's mind. Does she plan to leave Tracy and all that, which would suck because she's the leader, she's the one that kind of brought them all together, it seems like, so that would suck. Although that wasn't really what was on her mind, she just wanted to give the manager a piece of her mind and tell him what's on her mind and all that. However, that opportunity never really happened because by the time Akane found him, he was kind of dead, stabbed with Akane's knife, because they got that knife somehow. I'm not sure exactly how, but you know, maybe she dropped it, maybe they got it as she was running back and forth, strangely. But yeah, the murder scene was one of the funnier bits as well. I know that sounds weird to say. But okay, you have the murder scene. The first one to arrive over there that we can see was Alpine, who grabs a knife, the murder weapon, with her bare hand, which was stupid. She shouldn't have done that. Even I was smart enough to not do that. So she obviously thinks Akane did the murder because that was Akane's knife. It's quite similar to the one she had on her side, and that's a logical conclusion to come to. Of course, it's just circumstantial evidence, but still, that you can't blame someone for jumping to that conclusion. Now, Aya seen Alpine near the body holding the murder weapon in her hand. She came to the reasonable conclusion that Alpine committed the murder. However, that was not the case, but, you know, then you had Aya take the knife from her, except she wrapped her cloth around it first because she's smart like that. And then Akane showed up, who now sees Aya with a knife, who thinks Aya was the one that committed the murder, and it just gets really silly at that point. But yeah, none of them actually committed the murder. Then somebody else showed up that thought they just committed the murder because they're all just standing around this corpse, and things just kind of got worse and worse the further this scene went on. I really did not expect the episode to get that dark. If you told me going into this that there'd be a murder, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I was starting to get Madoka flashbacks of that sudden darkness after having those lighthearted, happy conversations in the bathroom and skimpy maid outfits. But yeah, things escalated pretty quickly, which I guess the knives kind of could have been some hinting towards that, but I still didn't think that anybody would get stabbed to death. But there you go, that obviously does explain why the police are after them in the final episode of Exodus. Not that we'll actually get to see the final episode of Exodus, because Exodus is a fictional anime. Well, more fictional than other anime in the sense it doesn't actually exist. Well, it doesn't... There's a really weird way to... I'm not sure how to phrase this. It's even more fictional than other anime, I guess, is the best I'm gonna get out of that. Now, they eventually managed to escape, and they changed back into their regular outfits. And I made a comment, I think, about how they spent half the episode in maid outfits, and that was not an exaggeration. I actually checked, and I think it is at least half the episode they were in those outfits, because they put them on as soon as their performance was finished, and then kept them on until they left the murder scene. So I do think that was about half the episode, because, you know, that's pretty great. But anyway, yeah, they left to the amusement park. They had a bit of talking about things, how they're gonna go moving forward, and eventually had an actual chase scene on the road with their nice little vehicle. And by the way, Alpine's apparently older than she looks. But anyway, she decided to drive the vehicle, which she can apparently do. And I love the part where they just like bounce off of the police cars. That was great. Like, you're not gonna stop these girls, and they just kept going. I also like the one police girl. she was a lot of fun. Of course, I wanted to see, you know, Tracy triumph over her, of course, but she was still fun to watch. I quite liked her. Do you believe the vehicle they were riding was the one with the explosions when we had the discussion before about whether the explosions should be, you know, 2D or 3D CG, you know, all that good stuff? And yeah, they successfully escaped, but it fell into the water though. So now I'm curious, was it not the same vehicle? Because if it fell in the water, then they can't really use it in future shots, and I don't think those explosions were in this episode. I don't think so. So either they recover that somehow, or they get another one. I'm leaning towards the latter. But yeah, they fell into the water and then they came out, and this scene was funny but silly when they apparently had all their makeup washed off and like, oh my god, who are you? Wait, are you Aya? Are you Alpine? Who are you people? That was pretty funny. I don't think they look different enough to where that would be a realistic response. Because even if they look completely different, like, they still have the same outfits on, they're still the same colors and stuff. Yeah, someone who's not a silly moa ditzy girl would not have said that, is kind of the point I'm making here, but it was still cute, I still enjoyed it, but it's one of those one of those stretches. And of course, I one final burn to the police when they wrote on the thing, "Dear Chiba Prefectural Police, good job, Akane, Alpine, and Tracy, all that's good stuff." Oh, and Aya. Aya also wrote her name. That was funny as well. Just she is the kind of girl that you do want to kind of taunt like that, but that was pretty funny as well. And of course, the girl's trying to subtly sneak away, and then she's like, "Wait, I see you guys. Wait, come back here." It was all a very fun, silly, amusing, it's a little bit dark episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. It was great. I really wish we could get more of this, but I doubt that's the case. I really do, but it would be really great if we could get more of it. So in the comment section below, let me know if this anime was a real full-length anime. Would you watch it? Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.